Hey friends! Audrey Henley here, and today I'm doing the currently writing tag. So this tag was originally done by the Nerdy Book Nerd. I will link it down below. And I was tagged by Sarah Cahill, who is I Got a Blank Page on YouTube. That is who you have to thank for this video. I really liked the questions on this tag, and I thought people want to know more about my work in progress. I might as well do this tag and share a little bit. So yeah, let's jump right in. Question 1. What are you currently working on? So I am working on what I call Ghostpocalypse. That's a working title. I don't actually plan on naming my book that, but it's a Ghostpocalypse, and it's sort of like how it sounds. So the veil between the physical and spiritual world has thinned, and so almost everyone can now see ghosts. It's a mainstream thing now to see ghosts. There's different levels of sensitivity, and my protagonist is a medium, a really skilled medium, and she's good at getting ghosts to go back on to the spirit world. Yeah, that's the basic pitch for my book. So what's your current word count? I am right now at almost 30,000. It's bad because I'm almost at my midpoint, and obviously I want my book to be longer than 60,000. It's young adult, so I'm shooting for 75,000. Yeah, it's interesting. Hopefully we'll get there. Okay, question 3. What is your current deadline? So I am going to be participating in Camp NaNoWriMo with a few other authortubers, and I set a goal for 20,000 words, so that would put me up to 50,000 words by the end of July. So 20,000 is kind of a baby goal by NaNoWriMo standards, but I think the goal here for me is more to write consistently and to get a good word count in every day. So I've been struggling with that a little bit due to querying and the stress with that, and not wanting to write on days I'm really stressed out. And I think the support network that Camp Nano provides will help me do that. Okay, what is your current writing music / song? I have a very specific answer. So it's called Centuries by Fall Out Boy. And it's on the radio right now a lot, and I listened to it once while driving to get groceries, and I was like, this fits my story really well. And so this is the second book I've tried to write about ghosts. So by try, I got like 5,000 words into another ghost story and stopped. But I made a playlist for that story, and all the songs, like I chose songs that have ghost in the title, or that like talk about ghosts or hauntings, but they all tended to be sad, and so they really didn't get me in the mood for writing. Maybe this is why I didn't get very far in this book. But anyway, I've started a new playlist for this, and it's got lots of Fall Out Boy and Panic at the Disco and The Killers and all that good stuff. So music that'll pump me up rather than pump me down, if that makes sense. Like I don't know, I needed something that fit the ghost thing, but was more happier song, pump you up song. And this one fits the bill because it's very much about remembering someone, and there's a ghost in my story who very much wants to be remembered. So it fits the story quite well. Oh, what's your current problem, struggle, hurdle? My big problem right now is that, well, one, I haven't been writing in the backstory I need to be writing. So essentially something traumatic happened to my main character in the past, and she's going to have flashbacks. She has post-traumatic stress disorder and gets panic attacks, so I need to have her recall past memories to help explain that, and just to give more depth to her character and to explain whatever's going on. But I've been struggling to come up with that, and in wanting to move forward, I've been skipping that. So that's why I'm at 30,000 words and almost at the midpoint, and it's bad. I started a document at the top where I've started writing in some like scenes and backstory, but I don't know where they're gonna go yet, and I don't know how they're gonna transition into the story, which is something I tend to struggle a lot with because I always like including a lot of backstory. I think it helps deepen and enrich the story. Like, I wouldn't like Attack on Titan nearly as much if we didn't have Mikasa's backstory, for example. But anyway, so I really like backstory, but I know it bothers a lot of people, and you really have to weave it in really, really well, or people get crabby about it and are like, that's too much backstory, ew. So I'm working on that. Also, my midpoint involves a very significant change. I don't want to spoil my book, but it involves writing in a very different world than the Act 1 was in. I haven't started that yet, but I anticipate like it being hard because, I don't know. Okay, I'm just gonna tell you because I love you guys. So, Spirit World. Essentially, I have to write in the Spirit World, and the only ideas I have are from Avatar: The Last Airbender, and not sure that's gonna cut it, so. Who's currently your favorite character? My favorite character is Jeremy the Vampire, for sure. So in my world, vampires are purely physical beings, so their soul left their body. Their soul is in the spirit world, but they remain as a physical being, and they suck blood in order to help reanimate them. That part I'm not super sure about. But in this world, a big thing is that nobody really gets how ghosts work because they've only been mainstream for like 3 years. So everyone's figuring it out together and how the spirit and physical world interact. And most people don't know that vampires are a thing. They know ghosts are a thing, they've seen them, but vampires can blend in with humans quite well. But anyway, so Jeremy is a very nice, sweet boy, and he cares a lot about my main character, Fran, and it's really sweet. I don't know, I just love him, and it really has been driving the story because I'm so interested, and I really like what I'm doing with vampires. I think I have an interesting take on them, so yeah. Which draft are you currently working on? So this is my first draft. I'm not even done with it yet. I'm 30,000 words through. I decided to talk about this one rather than my other book, which I'm querying right now, because I don't want to think about revising that ever. Like, I just wanted to sit over there while I query it. So I really am eyes forward working on this project. Current number of works in progress: 1. I always only write one novel at a time. I will jot down ideas, sometimes like scenes, or I really just do long detailed like descriptions of stories. I have a document called Story Ideas, and I write all my story ideas in there, but I don't really get that far in. Okay, here's something interesting. I tried to start 2 different projects before getting to this one, which I'm 30,000 words into. So I'm 30,000 into this. I'm like, okay, I can see this working out for me. But the last project, I really wanted it to work, and I still think it's a really good idea. I just don't think it's a good time for me to write it right now because it's a little sad, and I'm trying to stay away from sadness at the moment. Sad elements really hinder my productivity, and it's very counterproductive. So I don't know when it's going to be a good time to write that story, but it's not right now. And it's not like a tearjerker or anything crazy. It's just that there's going to be sad parts to that story, and I just didn't want to deal with it right now. So moved on to this one. But yeah, I think I was like 10,000 into that one. And I had it, very thoroughly outlined and everything. It's just when it came to actually writing it, I couldn't. So that happens to me, but I don't really work on 2 projects at once. I cannot divide my attention. And so if I'm sick of writing the story, I'll go to researching the story. Okay, so that was all the questions I had today for this tag. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm tagging a bunch of you down below, so watch out. And yeah, tell me a little bit about, if I didn't tag you, what's your work in progress about? How's it going for you? And also, do you ever start a project, abandon it, and then move on to another one? Like, it took me a couple tries before I got to one that stuck, so I'd love to hear if anyone else has similar experiences. Okay, that's all I have for you guys today. Thank you for watching. Please comment, subscribe, and hit the little bell thing. Okay, bye.